legends, statements, stores. Ow! I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, and I'm so severe. Legends, statements, legends. I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, how is everybody doing? Happy 4th of July and welcome back to season 3 of Diva Den. It's good to see everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Please make sure you share the video. I wanted to make sure that we understood that if you had any questions that you wanted to ask, that you need to comment those questions on my live feed so that we can actually see the questions. So make sure if you have questions that you comment in the live feed of my thread so that we can answer your questions if you have any questions. We have an amazing show lined up for you today. We have some of the leaders of the nations in the building, and we're excited to have them on. We have some of the preliminary owners, and we have some of the board members, and then we have some amazing topics that we're going to discuss tonight. So get ready. It's another episode of Diva Den. So let's bring in my co-host. Let's bring in the mouth of the South. She is my sister. Give it up for ZBT. What's up, sister? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How's your week been?
It's been a week. But I'm here. Everybody's blessed. And I'm in the den. So that's a good thing. I'm with the family. So we about to have a good show. I'm excited about that.
That's what's up. And let's welcome to the den. Yes, give it up for Dallas, the Don. Welcome, Dallas, the Don, to the
den. Dang. Hey, y'all. Hey, happy 4th of July.
Yes, bang. You are a who. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm doing okay. Glad to be here. He kept me, so thank you.
How's your week been?
My week's been it's been a week, like I've heard. It's been a week, but I'm still here. He's kept me, so I just want to give all the glory to God. And thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. I see your brows are snatched, darling.
Mine will be snatched when I have my next visit.
Let me know.
Let me come see you.
And she is one of the leaders of the nations, and she is also one of our co-hosts, and she is also a mouth of the 757 South. Give it up for Bree, y'all. Bring it Bree to the den.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's going on, Ladybug? How you been? How your week been?
It's been fine. I'm having a good week. I'm just ready for tonight, baby. I'm ready.
And I see you got time, and I see you got your fan too.
Oh yes, but of course. Yes.
Watch your step. You said what now?
Watch your step and take your prep.
Watch your step and take your prep. Yes.
Okay. You better step it.
Yes.
And prep it.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and move right on into the show. And I think that the first person that we'll bring on, he is the king of nations. He is Mr. Davon Iman Dickerson Diamond. Give it up for Mr. Nation, y'all.
Okay, Davon.
Hey, King. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
You been okay?
I'm doing good. And yourself? How are you doing?
Good. You must be somewhere where the signal is not too good.
Can y'all hear me?
Hardly. You breaking in?
Yeah, I've been pretty good.
You been good?
Making it by the grace.
Good. So how you been navigating through COVID?
I've been having problems with this system.
Say again?
Obviously not good with no connection.
Yeah, his signal is not good. King, we're going to let you get into a better signal, and we're going to go ahead and bring on one of our board members. And she is also my daughter. She is in charge of the nation's MIM division. Give it up for Mimi Jamassier.
All right, Nene.
Hi, y'all. Hi.
Hey, Ladybug, how you feeling?
I'm here. I'm
Good,
here.
good, good.
Good.
I'm here.
So, how have you been navigating through COVID? How's things been for you?
I am essential, so I have been at work ever since COVID hit, working 10, 12-hour shifts. I work in the plasma industry, so
Mhm.
we have been collecting plasma to get these antibodies to see if we can help cure this craziness.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So, tell the viewers a little bit about Nations MI and FEM. And
And what was the last part?
go ahead, just tell us about
Oh,
Nations.
okay. Nations MI and FEM came to birth 2 years ago. Nations has always been near and dear to my heart. So when the idea came to have a MI and FEM division, why not? Richmond is home, Nations is family. So I decided to jump on board with Nations Pageantry System, Nations Foundation, and start the MI and FEM division. Our current reigning king is San Juan, San Juan Austin. And at the moment, we do not have a current reigning queen, femme queen, but we are looking to hire someone who aims to inspire in all that they do come Nations Winning Weekend, September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, in Richmond, Virginia, 2021.
24th, 25th, and 26th.
Yeah, them days. Excuse me.
September
Excuse me.
24th, 25th, and
Well,
26th.
September 22nd is special for me. That's my birthday. So
I
I will
know.
be celebrating my birthday on that weekend as well. All gifts will be appreciated. Shameless
10
plug.
10-4, 10-4. Any questions from the day?
Well, I just want to thank you, Nisha, for for jumping on board to give an outlet for everyone in the community and being inclusive, because that allows, especially our trans brothers, to have an outlet that also gives our cisgender females that are part of our community an outlet. And so I just want to thank you for taking on that journey, and I can't wait to see who will be the new queen. And so just thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm excited about growth and redirection. And that is what we will be promoting come September 21 is redirection, growth, inclusivity for all, because as the LGBTQI and A community, everyone needs to be involved. And that's what I hope to bring with the MI and FEM division, that we don't stand alone. We are a part of, and we're united, and we're a family.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Misha, thank you for joining us. We're going to keep you on just for a little while longer, okay?
Okay.
A little while longer. And I'd like to bring in, all the way from Huntsville, Alabama. He is a former Mr. Nations. He also sits on the board of Nations Pageantry System. And he is also our official graphics designer for the pageantry system. Give it up for Mr. Austin St. James.
Hey, Austin.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Good.
We're good. How are you?
Fat.
So,
That's that
Austin,
COVID-15.
Yes.
so Austin, how have you been navigating through COVID-19?
I mean, it's been different, but because I'm always used to going, I we would have already been to the red party by now and would be gearing up for the pageant. But since COVID has hit, all of that stuff has stopped. So it's been kind of different not being able to go nowhere and do anything. And it's things that we're used to doing at these times of year. So we just sit at home now and eat.
Yeah.
So, being a former of Nation's pageantry system, what was it like for you, your experience during your year, and what moved you to want to further continue to work with the organization and the pageantry system after your reign was over?
Well, I was fortunate enough to win on my first try, and that's because I had a fantastic team behind me. Um, and as I told you, Zakia, the night I won, and we was in that hotel room sitting on that couch, I told you then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get along with you because you was intimidating at first. Through all the bad stories that I had heard. But as it turned out, you were nothing like what other people were saying. So the rain for me was fantastic. The camaraderie with you and Dwayne was nothing but professional, above and beyond. Um, People say a lot of different things, but sometimes you just have to find out for yourself what really is what's going on. We've been through tornadoes and floods and power outages and the whole nine, but it was fantastic and I wouldn't change any of it. I'd do it all over again if I had to.
So we have a question from our president, Mr. Bernard Howe, and his question is: as a board member, what is your vision for continuous growth for the system and the foundation? As a board member, what is your vision for continuous growth for the system and the foundation? Uh,
Well, I think growth in the system itself, I think it just needs to be a bit more communication amongst the court and amongst the people that are in charge. If everybody is on the same page, then everything will run at a smooth level. I would like to see a little bit more of communication between everybody, just to take all of the yin and yang off of everything that we see on a daily basis. Some of the stuff is uncalled for. I wish it would stop, but hey, people are grown. They're going to do what they want to do. So I would like just to see a little bit more communication amongst the current court. Just
and
to
how would more communication amongst the current court make growth in the foundation and the pageantry system? The question
well,
was about growth of the pageantry system and the foundation.
well, the pageantry system is growing. I mean, it's growing every year since 2015, since I was there. It has grown on its own. The foundation is already laid. You put in an enormous amount of work each and every year to maintain that. So I think that because of the team that you have in place that work for you will continue the growth and the vision that you have that we see on a yearly basis. Every time the pageant rolls around, it's something new, it's something different, it's exciting. The contestant turnout is great, it's greater. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything that you can do to make it grow other than what you're doing now. I mean, if it's not broke, then you shouldn't fix it. So I don't think it's broke. I don't think it ever has been broke. I just think that, you know, with each and every passing year, it gets better and better. And as far as the foundation is concerned, I really can't speak to that effect because I'm not hands on with the foundation. I know a little bit about it, but I know you have a vision for that foundation, and you would, pardon my language, die and go to hell for that foundation. So, I
But but
again,
but you have like you have helped in the growth of
I
that.
have, I
You've
have.
helped in the growth with branding and logos, and I'm so appreciative
Y'all
of
do, y'all do wonderful stuff.
it.
Y'all do great things for that community. Um, the From the time that I've been there, I haven't seen a person that you have not helped. So you're going to be blessed above and beyond in anything that goes on with that foundation. The devil will try it, but it won't succeed because of the work that you do. So I don't think there's any growth, anything other than what you're doing. Grow to a bigger building. I mean, you know,
Thank you. So tell the viewers a little bit about Mug Photo.
oh, mug shop.
Mug shots. I'm sorry.
Mug shop, not
Shop.
shot.
Shop. I'm sorry. Mug shop.
Well, I've been dibbling and dabbling in that art form for a while, and I've been in school for it for about 3 years now. So I've been kind of leery about putting my work out there for that because people are critical. Some people may not like what you do. Other people may compare you to the other one. So I've been a little skeptical about that because I don't like to hear all of the criticism that comes behind it. I'm a little bit edgy at times when it comes to that. So I feel like now that I have been able to master the craft and the art form, I feel like that I'm ready to branch out and go on with it, regardless of what people say or think. So that's what I'm doing now, and only thing I can do is fail. So you know, it is what it is as far as that comes. But I love it. I love the art form. I love the challenge that it brings. I even love the people who I work for who make me be different and make me go above and beyond. Like Davon, his pictures are not never normal. He pushes me to that limit to where I have to go and do things that I didn't know I could do. So each client has an aesthetic about themselves as to how they want to look. And if I'm going to succeed, I'm going to have to do that.
Awesome. Well, good luck in those endeavors. Thank you so much for your work that you do for us. And we
You're welcome.
appreciate you. And thank you for joining us in the DN.
Yay. Bye, y'all.
So next, I would like to bring on, he is the promoter of Northern States Nations. And he is also a new board member. And I was going to have him and Misha do a little chit chatting, but it looks like she's disappeared. But welcome, Mr. Stephen Wall, to the Den, y'all. Welcome him back to the Den.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how's everybody?
good. How are
Hey,
you?
we good. Welcome to the
Well,
den.
happy 4th to everyone, and I hope everyone in the midst of what's going on, I hope everyone's social distancing and taking care of themselves. I'm only concerned because we're a family, and families concerned about
Yes,
family.
yes.
So, Stephen, tell the viewers and tell my co-host a little bit about you and Misha's new role with Nations Pageantry System.
Me and my dear sister, me, been working. Well, she's been here, I think, 2 years, or is it 3? And what she's been doing with the MI and the Fem division is really incredible to me. Her tenacity, her eagerness, her just everything about her. She's somebody that you want to work with, someone who's equal to my energy, somebody who has passion and drive for the system. So that's like an automatic combination there. And we feed off each other. So together, we've united to run the newcomer division, the Duke, the Duchess, and of course, the Closet Ball. I'm very excited to work with her. And I think she's very excited to work with me. And together we're looking to do great things to take the newcomer division to the next level for a nation. But we'll just wait and see. We're ready to dig in, though. We're very eager to make that division grow. And I know with Mimi, it's going to be successful.
It is, and we're going to work hard for the division, for all of the divisions, because like I said, with the MI and Fem division, we do not stand alone. We are together, united, and we will have a strong, united front end. Nation's newcomer, Duke, Duchess, Closet Ball, MI and Fem would be strong.
Good.
A question from the president to the both of you. He wanted to ask the same question of the both of you. As a board member, what is your vision for continuous growth for the system and the foundation?
Ladies
I'll go
first. Go
first.
ahead, Mimi.
Thank you. For continuous growth. Sometimes in life, to get what you've never had, you got to do things that you never done. So with that being said, we will continue to promote, follow the strong leadership of Zakia and the board to bring contestants, a crowd, people to observe and watch. And then as far as the foundation, you have to make your foundation grow because your foundation is the basis for everything. So to make the foundation grow, I know me, I can step up and promote a little more, be a little more visible, helping Zakia and the board bring up new ideas, new things to help the community, and that will help the foundation grow.
Thank you, Misha. What about you, Stephen? Same question.
Well, I think it's a couple things. Also chiming off of my partner here, I think it's a couple things that we can do. First and foremost, I salute you, Zakia, in your dream, making it a reality, and the standards that you have set forth for nation. So to start off the answer, I would say to challenge your vision. And when I say challenge it, I mean, think of ways to enhance it and take it to the next level would be the way I would start. How would you do that? I would say by certain subcategories like promoting, like Mimi said. I think it's up to us as promoters to go above and beyond when it comes to promoting. And that's what I strive to do, to keep the presence of nations, whether it be Northern states, whether it be newcomer, whether it be MMI, whether it be FEM, whether it be whatever, the foundation, all of us are under one umbrella. So I think the promoting is key to keep the name of nations visible and on everyone's tongue, which I must say you already do, Zakia, very well. And we should follow that as promoters, board members. We should be doing that as well. The second thing I would say is seeking to better the system. I would have to say seeking out preliminaries to help the system to continue to grow. That's both in a newcomer facet as well as in the regular facet. So like at present, I'm already trying to secure new prelims for nation and reaching out to people. And some are in states where they don't know anything about nations, and that's not the point. If you know about pageantry and your state loves pageantry, I would like for you to give me a call direct. And I can tell you how it is coming from a state that has not ever been exposed to nations. I introduced the state of Pennsylvania to nations. All they knew about was pageantry. I sold them more nations, and that's what a promoter does. You know, you have to constantly sell the brand. Passion is the key. If you're in nations and you lack passion, that's questionable because there's only going to be a certain, you're only going to go but so far.
A certain momentum, right.
Exactly. When you have a passion like the one who leads this, like her president, Bernard and Zakia have a sincere, sold out passion. And I think that's the seed that should fall down on all of us to have that passion, not just to do enough, but try and do above and beyond to help to propel the system to the next level. The other thing I would say is communication. I believe Austin said that earlier. Communication is key. Being on one page, when it's passed down from the top, that's the way it should be. Respecting each other's roles and titles in the system, because there's only one boss. Let's be clear. We bounce off and follow what she says. And in the end, it's going to be what she says or not. Okay, point blank and simple. So I think we need to follow her vision and what she has and try and enhance that. And I would have to say securing sponsorship. Bernard, our president, is doing that. He's working on that so hard, and I wholeheartedly support him. And I'm going to be reaching out myself to certain vendors because I do private events in the state for various events. Well, right now we have the virus going on. So everything's locked down. But we were able to secure Absolute. We were able to secure Heineken. We're able to secure things. We need to secure more sponsorship so that the pageant is self-sufficient from the foundation. Even though the foundation is the birth of all this, still we need to be an entity supporting ourselves. So I think sponsorship is key. It helps the system grow. It helps us to be even better. I mean, those are just a few things I would say right now. And to close, I would just say have integrity more so than anything. And if you're not aiming to inspire, why are you here?
We're gonna have to give you a time limit because the show is only for so long.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
My God.
Sorry.
My good brother can talk.
Oh my Jesus, honey. That was a whole board meeting conversation.
Hello to everybody in California that's listening. You heard what he said. And thank you for tuning in from the West Coast.
Yeah, so thank you, Stephen and Misha, for joining us on the show. We're gonna take you guys back to the green room for you guys to hang out, have some hors d'oeuvres, and chill out. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm telling you, y'all are so lucky that I can't run for anything.
So, since we had them talking about the newcomer division, the Duke and Duchess division, let's welcome our Duke to the show. Give it up for Mr. Kai Braxton. Hey there.
Hey. I'm well. How are you guys?
Good. So, how have things been with you?
Everything's been good. I'm like labeled essential, so I work every day. But besides that, I've been good.
Good. So, how has things been being the Duke?
Well, honestly, I said I was going to be her Duke a year before I ever became her Duke, and I just been dedicated to pushing myself to get there, and I've been talking to her about it a whole year prior to me ever coming to do her pageant. And then once I was like, deemed her Duke, it was just like I was so excited and ready to work. I was eager to be there. I was eager to just have the opportunity to even, do what I had to do. And then like she's been very like, diligent, and she's very supportive of anything that I have going on, and anything that I want to do. And I always got that push from her. So I love that.
So, what has been some highlights of your reign?
Well, my first highlight was when we came to Atlanta for North America, and she got an Airbnb for our court. And it was like our first time really like getting to know each other and like just bonding with each other. So that's why I say like it's very family oriented, and she's very supportive, because like we was like the whole weekend we just had a great time, and just like sharing conversations, sharing just like our passions, our goals, and like what we do. And we just all like was talking, and she was just telling us her pointers and how she felt, and we were just telling her how we felt, and it was just a great time.
So, how do you feel about your reign being extended until 2021?
Well, honestly, I didn't ever want to give it up. So I'm glad that it's actually extended, because I don't feel like I've been able to like really like promote myself and promote the system as well as I would well as I would have hoped, because of the whole COVID-19 situation. And we gotta stay in the house, and I gotta stay quarantined to my city. So it's like I can't really do anything right now. But I'm glad that I actually have the chance to, further extend just like my eagerness and my excitement to be here.
So, how has it been reigning with our co-host, Brianna?
Yo, my queen is a mess. My queen is amazing.
What happened? What happened?
My queen is a
Agree
mess,
with
but I
the
love
tea.
her. But
I
I
love
love
my
her, and
king.
she's amazing. And
I love
again,
my
she's
king.
another one of my support one of the supportive women in this whole ordeal with Nation's pageantry system, because it's like we have our own conversation. She, let me know how she feels about what I do, and she lets me know the pointers and tips on how I can be better, and she lets me know what she's proud about that I have already done. So yes, I've loved being around her, being in the same room as her. She's just amazing to be around, and she's a key. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you just said that you were eager and excited about being able to further reign with your reign being extended until 2021. So is this the inspiration behind your new behind your new line of promo business?
Yes, I'm good. It's plenty more of where that came from. Plenty more.
OMG. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's what's
Oh,
happening.
I'm with the foolishness, so I love it.
y'all here put me up there. I wasn't ready for that.
So we have
It's
a
a nice picture.
we have a
Thank
question
you.
from a viewer for you, Kai. Um, is this your first national title, and how does it how does it feel about the system?
Yes, this is my first national title. Well, I was reigning. This is my second title, period. Like my first title was Gay Black Ohio, and Ohio and Cleveland, Ohio. The pageant is based out of Akron, Ohio, though. So I feel like they were national, but it wasn't considered national because it wasn't like a national walk situation, or I didn't get any bookings to go to any other pageants to do a national walk. But I did promote myself at multiple systems. But with this title, I feel national. I feel like I'm invited places. I feel like I'm a part, and it's like I feel like I'm furthering my brand and furthering the system by being at these different situations. My plans to promote the system further is so basically I'm a advocate for homelessness, because I have been homeless and my time, and even though I'm only 22 years of age, I have experienced a lot. So my whole that was like going to be my topic for the whole red affair, and what I was going to do to brand myself and just advocate for that. I go and feed homeless people. I go and just do things for my community here in Savannah, Georgia, and just to promote myself and promote who I am as a person, not just as Kai Braxton, but as Jamari Stewart. So
Yeah.
I promote myself, and I further promote the brand by going to different systems like Westland, North America, Black America. I have been there already, and hopefully, well, unlike Sweetheart, they may open up for 2021, and I'll be able to promote myself at those systems, as well as to go to different clubs and venues that are promoting, you know, the systems.
Well, King, I'm sorry, but right now Candyland is locked down. We're keeping the kingdom safe until 2020. Candyland is on rock, darling. Um, Scotty Scott wanted to ask you, what is your vision for taking nations to the next level, and what legacy do you plan to leave behind for the next Duke?
My vision for taking nations to the next level is perseverance. Being that I have been through a lot, I always have carried myself to like keep moving forward and keep going, and just making myself being able to like move forward and keeping my mental as well as my physical as well as my emotional intact to be able to move forward. So that's my vision for nations to move forward. Being that we are on the COVID-19 lockdown and we can't do anything, is just to persevere. Like we're going to get through it. We're going to be able to, have the pageant next year. But for the time being, we just have to stay positive and stay in control of our situation so that we're able to move forward. Now, as well as I forgot the other part of the question.
The other part is what legacy do you plan to leave for the next Duke?
Well, the legacy I plan to leave behind is to be be visual. I'm a very visual person, being that she just showed my promo to everybody. Like, I have been very visible to, oh my
There
gosh,
it
you put
goes
it back.
again.
But yeah, I've been very visible to my social media platforms, as well as promoting the nation's pageantry system and all different types of aspects. So
Be
my
seen.
legacy that I plan to leave is to be seen, be visible, be prompt, and just be on time and ready to do whatever is expected of you.
Well, can I just say that I love the picture? The gold, it just does some all of that just does something with the skin. That's a beautiful picture, baby.
Thank you, thank you.
Beautiful.
She said, beautiful.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Oh my
I'm gonna I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
God. Well, Kai, I know that you have a prior engagement that you have to get to. Thank you for making time for me, sweetie. I love you. Be safe.
I love you too. I love all you guys. Thank you for having
Love you,
me.
Kai.
You
All
too.
right.
See you
Congrats
guys
again,
later.
dude.
Bye. Yes, yes. Is it Kai, cutie pie?
Well,
You tried that, Zakia.
someone is asking to show the other one, Zakia. So
But
it must
Oh
be
no,
another.
ma'am. No,
oh,
ma'am.
oh no, I'm not
No,
doing
ma'am.
that.
You said that's our OnlyFans. That's what social media. He's been promoting. He's been out. You
No,
can tap
look,
to his OnlyFans.
I'm still in
That one piece.
I'm still in deep contemplation about editing of that picture.
Mm.
So no, we can't show that one. But I would like to bring to the day, and I think he's already. I see him in the green room. He's been back there sipping mimosas and feeling lovely and delicious. He is the king, the leader of the nations, and let's welcome back to the den, Devon Iman Dickinson Diamond, darling.
Javon.
Yes, he got it.
Finally got it right. Finally
Yeah,
got it
Got it
right.
together. Thank you.
come through, King.
Yes, yes.
What
How
you
you
got?
doing?
Pretty good in yourself.
I am well. So how you been doing through COVID?
I've been
Navigating
pushing through the COVID.
pretty good.
Yes, I've been checking on my parents and stuff like that, but I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, good. So how has it been being the leader of the nations? Because it was your second attempt where you were successful. So how does it feel now that you are the king?
It feels wonderful, actually. I absolutely love it. And I also love running with my cousin, Miss Brianna. She makes it fun.
Uh-huh. They love me, Zakia.
Yeah, breathe with the cheese.
Okay.
So what has been a highlight for you as being Mr. Nation?
I think the first highlight would have been the walk in North America because that did allow us an opportunity to get to know each other. And the one thing that doing as being a king is I like family. Like I'm very big on loyalty and stuff like that. And the nation's brain gives me the opportunity to actually associate with people and make it out of a family thing. So the first thing will be North America. The second highlight will probably competing against you for the national walks. I like doing that.
Look, and how has that been for you?
Tell the truth, Javon. Javon, we have eaten all
We
the
ain't got you
food.
yet. We don't get you. We ain't got you yet.
No, that has been fun. That has been fun, and it has been fun to reign with you all as well. And for me, yeah, when we were in Atlanta, that was an amazing experience.
Yes.
All bond and have that special time with Amari. You know what I'm saying? Before she transitioned on. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you planning to do to promote your division?
Well, the number one thing that I always do is every time I give up a system. I always have a book of all potential contestants. And I'm a type of person, I never call the same person every time. I look at the characteristics of a person to understand, are they able to represent the system? The next person behind me, I want them to be able to build and step on my shoulders and build a system higher than what I am. I always try to say, I try to bring numbers, but the number one thing I try to do about a system is I try to bring family-based things, like we all go skating, something like that. So therefore, that environment, we all feel safe and feel happy being amongst each other. But throughout the reign, I do want to increase my numbers, but I also want to show that I'm a king about loyalty as well. So when I give it up, that ain't gonna mean nothing because I'm still gonna be there every year to able to support the system because that's what I believe in.
So we have a question from a viewer. How many titles have you held in your pageantry lifetime?
Ooh. Ooh.
You the king, right?
Hey, I think I've had gotta be over 20. National titles I haven't had, but five national titles, but it's got to be over 20 titles I've had.
That's what's up. So you love competing, huh?
No, because honestly, I don't compete but twice a year. Sadly to say, I love reigning more than competing. What, Bree?
I didn't say
Oh,
nothing, Chad. I just needed some.
Bernard is asking you, Devon, how many male contestants would you like to bring to nationals in 2021 and your goal for 2021?
I always shoot for the number 10. I think 10 shows amount of growth and 10 shows that you are committed. So I try my best to shoot for 10. That's why I always do 20. I tell people all the time, when you trying to promote a brand, you go past your number of how many you actually want. So I'm going to talk to over 20 guys to get at least the 10 that I actually want. Now, as for my goal for 2021 is I plan on still being hardworking because that's who I am. I believe in hard work. So I plan to continue on doing that. But also, the one thing that I want to leave something for the next person. I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet, but that is my goal to leave something. Because I think starting 2015, I've started to leave a trinket each year for the king behind me. I leave a sash, I leave a crown, I leave something for the next king. So that's a goal that I'm going to do for the next king. I want to leave something for him to have, for him to pass down to the next king. I want to build my own legacy starting in 2012 where kings pass something down. No matter what it is, you pass something down to the next king. So you understand, I appreciate you taking over this spot for me, but I also need you to build this spot for me.
I think that's beautiful. And you just released something today on Facebook. You released your 4th of July picture. Yes, you look mighty fine, mighty fine.
I try.
So how many pictures have you released this year so far?
I have released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pictures this year.
7 pictures. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And I got 3 more to go.
3 more
For
to
this
go.
year. For September to September.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we're gonna keep you on. You want to stay on with us for a while?
I would love to.
Awesome. And Stephen, you're gonna join us back? Okay. Well, yes. So we're gonna move into some good conversation now. We're gonna roll into our regular, flow of the show. So we're gonna go straight into our hot topics.
Yes.
So I wanted to start off talking about like all of the new laws that have passed in Virginia, which is totally amazing. I'm going to start off with House Bill 1537, Senate Bill 183, which was the Confederate monument removal It gives localities the power to remove, relocate those old horrible monuments, baby, and and it is working, and it has been good. I also want to shout out House Bill 1196 and Senate Bill 1, which ends driver's license suspension due to court fines, because I always thought that that was super ignorant to uh, suspend your license because you had to pay fines for court. I mean, how are you going to get to work if you can't drive to pay the fine? You know? So it's like that's catch 22. So then House Bill 1420, that caps the amount that a landlord can charge for late fees throughout the state of Virginia, and that is can only be 10% of the remaining balance. And you know, some of the landlords be trying some trifling stuff. So only 10% of the balance. So I didn't know for people to get to try to get, you know, the balance might have been $5. I done seen people get a letter for $5.
Oh yeah.
If they can only charge you a late fee of 10% of that $5, if that's what you
Right.
owe. So 10% of the amount of the remaining balance. One that I'm most proud of is Senate Bill 868, which is the Virginia Values Act. We had talked about that on our last show, but that went into effect July 1, and that passes non-discrimination policies for folks who identify as LGBTQ. But like my girlfriend Natasha Crosby said, I'm gonna use her term, it trickles up because it also helps everybody. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can get discriminated against, you know, in housing, public employment. And then I know a lot of people are going to be super excited about this bill, House Bill 972 and Senate Bill 2, which decriminalizes marijuana. You can have up to an ounce, and you will only get like a little $25 fine. It was no criminal record.
Your job won't know you good. Just all you gotta buy is less than an ounce. You good. You good. You, you good. Let's say amen.
Amen. Amen. And then also there was a bill that passed, also giving us the right to change our genders on our birth certificates. So Virginia did a lot of groundbreaking things this session in the General Assembly, and like, way to go, Virginia, because even though Donald Trump is an asshole and trying to repeal protections, you know, for trans people across the United States, I'm so glad that we are safe and there are laws in Virginia that specifically protect us as LGBTQ Virginians. So way to go, General Assembly. Way to go, Governor Ralph Northam. He is making up for that blackface. He got a little more.
Yes, baby.
He got a little more work to do, baby, but he is headed in the right direction.
And you know what? He said, I want to go ahead and give the girls some rights. He said, and by the way, keep puffing. You're good. You letting me smoke. You good. You
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, let them smoke. Maybe they'll stop burning down shit. Maybe they'll just burn up shit. Okay. You know, while we were talking about House Bill 1537, that was the Confederate monument removal, it was great to see that immediately, the day that it went into effect, our fair city got right at it and went straight to work. And here is the Stonewall Jackson monument being removed and carted on to someplace untimely and hopefully in a junkyard. And that was so great of Natasha Crosby to be rocking the Nation's Foundation hat. So I thought that was pretty cool. So what y'all thought about that, Zena? I know you've been, you know, about that. I know they ain't moved Robert E. Lee yet, and you waiting because you want to shove the horse up his ass. I know.
I do. But you know, I'm just glad. I'm kind of mad that it took all this, You know, a lot of people are saying our mayor didn't have the right to do what he did. But at the end of the day, they were a life. It's getting ridiculous now. If you see that people are tearing up the city over a Confederate statue, take it down. The city can make money off of it. Put it in a museum, get some money off of it. But just like, this is getting ridiculous.
Mhm.
And I do want to shove Robert E. Lee up the horse's ass. Yes, sideways.
I just seen something on Facebook. It was a man, a Caucasian man, and he was talking about the statues and stuff. And he was just like, if you're gonna put statues up of people that helped America, do your research on them. Make sure they didn't own no slaves. Make sure they weren't traitors to the United States. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, basically what he was saying, make sure you do your research on who you're putting up to represent for people to take. You got people who come and visit different areas, taking pictures by these monuments, really not knowing the history behind it. They just think that because it looks like a nice statue. You know what I'm saying? You know, they probably put a little teeny paraphrase at the bottom, but it's really no in-depth about, you know what I'm saying, these people owning slaves and doing all this crazy stuff. And you got people taking pictures by these
But you know what,
statues.
Bree? You absolutely right. Virginia didn't want to do it because they make money off of it. Virginia makes a whole lot of money with people coming through, taking pictures with them, with those statues. They make money at those museums. You're absolutely right.
Right, but and then it's, and I can understand, but I just feel like if you're gonna do it, a lot of states are doing it because people is just like I don't know if y'all heard about the ice cream truck song.
Yeah.
That was crazy when I watched that on Facebook. That was crazy. And then like taking the Mrs. Butterworth and Uncle Ben rice and stuff off the shelf. I think in a way, I think that's a little bit like we kind of know what that is, but in a way, it is still hurting us as African Americans, and we looking at that and seeing the history of it. Yeah, take it down. But when they start doing the rice and you know what I'm saying, the syrup and all this stuff, I was like, okay, now they really. But if that's the case, we're not gonna have nothing because something's gonna have some type of racism to it, whether it's about the LGBT. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then shut down Chick-fil-A because
the way I feel, instead of taking all this stuff back and changing the bottles and all this other kind of stuff, let's kick in some reparations and give back some money and land and and create equity for everyone. I could care less.
Right.
We have lived with this packaging for years. So can you kick back some of those profits from those revenues of that packaging and kick back some land and this country that we built? Let's do that. You can change all the taxes you want, but kick back some revenue and some of the hard work that we put into building this country.
But see, that's what they're afraid of. If they give us our reparations, they know that it's over. They'll be in the soup lines like the Cold War, and they're gonna be hungry because we're gonna take out and
Nations Foundation, we're gonna still help them.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to be 50 states back there. I'm giving some of my reparations to you, Miss Jamasi.
We're going to help them. Nations Foundation is going to help them.
But I mean, it's like something has to give. You're right.
Danny, help me. Danny, help me. Why?
Brianna is crazy.
But you know what? That's the Christian thing to do. If we are Christians, we will love our brothers and sisters no matter what. So you know what, Zakiel, if you need me, I'm gonna get in my little thing outside, and I'm coming up there, and whatever we need to do to get that food out the pantry, we gonna. You know what? I ain't even gonna be like that. That's the Christian thing to do.
That's right.
At the end of the day, when you're good to others, you gonna be.
That's
good.
right.
That's right.
when I posted, the energy that you put out is in the universe is the same energy that is gonna greet you at a later date. It's the truth. So
It is. So we can help them because they're gonna need it.
yeah.
They're gonna say, Zakia, do you have any food vouchers?
And
You
you
know,
know,
did you get the
my
fresh
grandmother
fruits
always,
and veggies this week?
Yes,
my grandmother always told me to kill people with kindness. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So if we were to really get the upper hand, it wouldn't like what good would it do to do them the
Right.
same way they did us? You understand what
No,
I'm saying?
it ain't.
Show them a
If
better
we're
way.
gonna get the upper hand,
Yeah,
Zakia,
but
we
we're
are
not
gonna
that
get
type
the
of
upper hand.
people.
We are. It ain't if we get the upper hand. We are gonna get the upper hand. But people gotta understand, change don't happen overnight. We have to.
True.
However we see, people gotta understand. If they're changing, we can't just hurry up and push them to change stuff. Push. If you see them changing little by little, you walk behind them. You know what I'm saying? And when they act like they're gonna stop, you give them a little nudge and say, "No, you keep going. You keep going. You almost there. We trying to get you to a finish line. That's what we trying to do with everything that's going on. Everything that's going on in the world today with the police and everything, it's for a purpose. And once we get to that finish line, you know what I'm saying? Everything will calm down and everything will be like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to live your life without being looked at funny and discriminated and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come a time where it's just be like, okay, they're going to keep acting up. We either need to get it together or we're going to have the National Guard every day.
Brianna for president.
Huh?
Brianna for president.
No, I'm serious. I want because the thing is, people are doing all this stuff, and you have people that have platforms and stuff that are talking about things, and it's a common goal. And I think once we get that common goal met, then we can actually sit back and say, you know what, this is what my ancestors fought for. You know what I'm saying? Because we forgot about all that stuff. We honestly did. We forgot about all that stuff, all that slavery and all that stuff until something happened. Why did we have to wait until something like this happened when people were still fighting, but it was just like low key of them fighting? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we at a place place now where it's hitting hard. And we not stopping until we're not answering for a whole bunch of outrageous, crazy looking stuff. We just want to be treated equal. That's all we want. We just want you to see us for not the outside, for the inside. We are all human beings and we are all children of God at the end of the day. Don't look at me because of my outside. Know me because of my inside. Girl,
Brianna 2021.
Yeah. So don't judge a book by the cover. Open it up and read a few pages and find out about the story.
Vote for Brianna 2021.
Now watch out.
She's gonna change the world.
Now watch out. If you open my book and you read me, I might read your ass back.
You heard her.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna move into the next topic. I have something that I want to kind of share, and we can talk about your feelings after seeing it. If folks have questions about it, thoughts, comments, please feel free. And then that kind of segue us into our next topic of discussion.
I had a friend named LaRon, aka Lorraine, started dressing up so he could try to hide the pain. His uncle used to touch him when he was a little younger than his brother, saying like because the family called him gay. So when LaRon grew up, LaRon ran away from all the hurt, away from all the pain. All he really wanted to do was coming from the rain. All he really wanted to do was coming from the rain. I had a friend named Paul, aka Page. Started dressing up, getting love from the trades. Got his heart broken because the trade never stayed. So he started dressing up, selling love on back page. She thought that she could make a little change. And she could probably straight nice things. But all he wanted was the next thing. So when the gun blazed, that's when he found Page. Man, we gotta bring back all the girls. You hear me? You losing too many chances, man. Y'all gotta take care of yourself, man. You ain't gotta pick nobody to fuck with you, man. That's all they want. This money, if you can't give them nothing, they gonna back you up. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do your thing. Gotta be, be you. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? You don't need nobody. I had a friend named Tasha. She was a good dancer. They even say she looked like Stasha. So she went to get hips like Stasha. But she went to push the process. That's what they found in the projects. This fish messed up and busted. The one below the stone years. Go to the still doctor, not fish in the projects. And they got fish. She was real. She had a real down and she had a boyfriend. But he was on the tail and he had a girlfriend. And then he wrote my body to know nothing about him. One day his girl called and asked she was stressed. She told her that her boyfriend was feeling with the shit. And when he found out, man, he was pissed. When he found Chris, he brought her lights on in. Man, y'all be messing with the young niggas, man. They ain't never put ticking time bombs, you know what I'm saying? The nigga don't want to be on the pussy with you, he don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. But you know, it's your day, man. Just be careful. I'm there for you. Work.
Wow, that was good. I love that.
Yes,
Very
shout
good.
out to Fly Young Red, that Fly Young Red official on Instagram. That's somebody in the community that I'm a fan of and actually talk to. So shout out to them for doing that video. That was so moving just because there's so many murders that are going on just past, last week there was murders that were going on. So just shout out to Fly Young Red official on Instagram for doing that video. It's important to bring awareness. He has a big platform as a gay rapper in our community, and I just appreciate him for taking that avenue and making sure that not only do our community see what's going on, but the whole world. So
Yeah.
Well, as I seen the video Thursday at our Transcend group, and it was very moving and it was powerful because that is really our life for real. Like the tricking, the DL men, you know what I'm saying? The silicone injections. It's a lot, and people need to understand that trans women are human beings. It's not a trans woman's fault that a man is attracted to what he's attracted to. And if you don't want to be exposed or want people to know what's going on, stop doing it. Just stop doing it, because eventually you're gonna get found out, and then next thing you know, you're gonna want to kill the girl, and that's like crazy. So I feel like you need to live in your truth. Honestly, that's what it is. If you like trans women, you like trans women. Just live in your truth. You shouldn't live for the next person, because when you die, they're only gonna put one person in that casket. So you have to live for you. So live in your truth. If you like what you like, then that's fine. But the crazy thing I be like kind of confused is that people and society is more acceptable of
Brianna, every time you wave that fan, it's making noise in front of your mic.
I'm sorry. The society is more comfortable with women with women instead of men with men. And that's crazy because all of it is under the same umbrella. It's the LGBT, you know what I'm saying, Q plus. All of it is the same thing. So if you don't like one, then you shouldn't like the other. That's kind of crazy. You don't like gay men, but you would like women on women. That's kind of odd to me. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, if you like what you like, and you should just live your life for you.
Tina, any thoughts?
It it just really bothers me that every week it's always another girl.
We're up to 18.
Like Z, you know, my truck, I have a sticker on the back of my truck. Please stop killing black trans women. Like, please, that's like, stop doing it. Like, I think my best friend is on this thing right here. Z is my best friend. Anytime somebody gets murdered, I don't know what I'd do if somebody did something to her. I don't know what I would do. And just to see that it's families who are going through that, you know, that video was powerful. Like, I'm almost in tears. That video was like freaking powerful. And it's sad because my people, the cis community, you know, the hate is coming from my community, and I can't see why they would want to do some of the things they do to beautiful people. Like, I can't fathom. I'm just speechless right now, sis. I'm just speechless because
Brayla Stone, just 17 years old, you know, to be so young and not have a chance to experience life based upon how she identifies. You know, Brayla Stone, 17 years old, it's just sad. And it's important that all of us be loved and accepted. And
right.
it's a shame that these killings are going on, but you don't hear about these stories on the media. And the news isn't talking about them. They're talking about, you know, COVID-19 and where we live at, removing the monuments. And they're not talking about the struggles that are really going on. Police brutality, evictions, Richmond being the second highest city of the nation, evicting people. And we just went through a pandemic and they're trying to evict people. It's just sad.
And then we just lost another individual on July 1st, Shockey Peters. She was from Denham Springs, Louisiana. So she makes number 18, and it's really got to stop. The madness has got to stop.
And we lost one in Philadelphia as well, Zakia. And again, and it's just, I don't know, it's touching for me because I don't see the purpose. I think they know what time it is. I think you have to be comfortable in your own skin, regardless of peers. And I think it's a lot of peer pressure going on. But if that's what you like and that's what you are about, I don't see, you got to stand for something. That's number one. Number two, not only is this hatred going on in that community, it's also going on in ours. That really ticks me. Okay, how we're all one community. How can you dislike this person because they're into this person because they're into that, and we're all under the same umbrella? That really turns me off. So I think the unity. Oh, let me watch my watch before I get red. Okay, I think the unity from us has to start. One thing about Philadelphia, though, Zakia, I will tell you, it is on the floor now. So they're really trying to bring about a change now with that, because like Brianna and I believe Sis was saying, that they don't advertise it when it happens. Now it's going to be more visible, and they're really trying to make some changes with this, and there'll be repercussions.
It needs to be amplified more.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
these are senseless. And then when, like we talked about it on the last show, because we did talk about, you know, the girls from Philly on the last show, the young lady that was in Chicago.
Yes.
But like when you look at these murders, you know, it is definitely crimes of passion. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
there's no way when you think about the overkill and how
Mhm.
these women are murdered. Like the young lady
Mhm.
that was in Philadelphia, her legs were dismembered.
Disembodied, yes, unnecessary.
And like the young lady in Chicago, the gentleman shot her. No, he left, went and got a gun, came back, shot her,
Mhm.
left,
Mhm.
thought about it, was mad, and came back and shot her dead body some more. So it's
Mhm.
like it's crimes of passion, and I believe that it is because, like Brianna said, men love us, but they can't live out loud about loving us because of what society says the norm
Mhm.
should be, and that they consider them as to being gay. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
they are attracted to the femininity and the women that they see when they look at us trans women. And I also feel that the narratives from our churches, our Black churches, because it condemns our lifestyle, it condemns us as a community. And I think that coupled with our administration and the narrative that they are spewing about us not having rights to health care and trying to repeal so many things for our community, it makes these Black men who are in love with us, it tells them
Mhm.
that we are worthless and we don't exist and
Right.
we're not worthy. So then, therefore,
Mhm.
them loving us, they are in contradiction with themselves, and therefore,
Right.
this is why these things happen and why they happen at the magnitude that they happen, and why these women are killed the way that they are.
And you know what, Zakia? To say something about what you said about the churches, this is what I think. This is how I feel. I feel like before you try to clean up somebody else's goddamn backyard, you need to clean up yours. Because there be so much going on in these goddamn churches that first of all, we're gonna start
Mhm.
in Rome and stuff with them having the little boys and doing all them creepy little things. We're gonna start there first where everybody look up to
Mhm.
them and worship them, and they doing the main thing, and then you trickling on, and then you got people in the church sleeping with the pastor and doing all this stuff. I feel like, baby, you better go ahead. Well, before you try to clean up somebody else's porch, you need to clean up yours. You need to go in your church and you need to get all them skeletons out of the church first before you try to condemn somebody, honey.
Well, you know,
Before you
Well,
try to
as far
condemn somebody, you need to clean up your shit. And that's what a lot of people need to do because it's crazy. Everybody want to always talk about what the other person do. First of all, right now you need to be worried about your bag. That's what you need to be worried about. During this pandemic, how you gonna pay your bills? You worried about
Mhm.
who Mike sleeping with Mike. Don't worry about that. Worry about your bills. Worry about your health.
Brianna,
Worry about
hold that finger still. Hold that finger.
oh girl, cause I just get mad, child.
It's like,
That-
ooh,
damn. I'm going.
No,
ooh.
no, but for real,
I will.
people need to worry about their own selves, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. Worry about them instead of worry. If people was to worry about themselves in this day and age, like with all these cameras going on,
Mhm.
the world would be not better, but it
Mhm.
would be like okay, but child, mind your goddamn business.
Mhm.
Well, with Brianna, with what you just did, I totally agree. I just want to say one thing real quick for the church aspect. A lot of when you go to the church, I think we all have to seek out our own soul salvation. So I get it when some people say they don't want to go to a church because they condemn this, they condemn that. But you're going to church. Your relationship is between you and the superior being, God. So when you get into any church, some churches are still living in the Old Testament. Okay. The Old Testament has come and gone. The veil was ripped in the temple. God is love now. He's not a vengeful God and all that like it used to be. And I think if people rightfully divide the word, and if you call yourself a child of God, then you should have love. Love is not separating black from white, trans from regular, or gay from straight. It's not about any of that. It's about love. So I think you just have to find a church that's right for you. But don't get confused and don't be pushed away from the church because of A, B, or C. Just find the church for you who is actually preaching the word.
And it was something that I had, said in a speech um at the march, the Pride March. the Black and Prideful March, and I said that in the Bible it says God so loved the world He gave His only Son.
Yes, he did.
He loved the world.
Right.
He didn't segregate it. He didn't
Yes,
separate
everybody.
everybody. So
Exactly.
come together. I think these pastors need to come on board and stop shunning conversations that they need to have. Because I also think that's why there are so many high HIV rates within the African American community. Because we're not
Exactly.
really open about it and trying to make it taboo in the pulpit when it's a reality and it's happening.
Right.
I think they need to stop shunning people who are
They do.
sex out of wedlock. Just like you said, you're supposed to love everybody. Do
That's
unto
right.
others as you have them do unto you. You're supposed to love everybody and treat people the way you want to be
To
treated.
tie into with what Brianna said, like this, you need to clean. Everybody has something in their backyard that they're working on, that they're yet being delivered from. And I don't think everybody realizes that when you can't throw stones from a glass house. You may want to say you don't like Brianna because of what she is and what she represents, but yet you're sleeping with 3 or 4 women in the church, or or 3 or 4 men in the church, or you're lying, or you're at the casino, or you're smoking, or you're doing drugs, all this kind of stuff.
You're black.
There you go. So all I'm saying is don't look at man, because man will fail you every time. You go to church because of your own edification. You go to church to get strength. Don't focus on the pastor unless he's really preaching the word. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully divide. Because like I said, all that stuff, it's not relevant now.
But I agree to disagree. You can't be in a church where you don't feel welcome and wanted.
No, that's why I said find your church. Find your church. Yes,
well, for me,
find
I
the
go to
church
church
for you.
right here in my heart, and everybody's different, and we all have different religions. And something that just works for me is I find I can go to church anywhere I'm at, no matter my circumstance. I done been homeless.
Right.
I go to church right here in my heart. Sometimes in my living room, wherever I go, I feel like everybody has their own relationship with the Lord, and so as long as you have that relationship, I think that's where it starts. And we don't want to shy away from people having that relationship with the Lord because His blessings are just.
Yeah, and I think what you said speaks a mouthful because God is wherever you are, and you do have a relationship. But a lot of people who have church rooted in their culture and spirit, like Black folks do, you know what I'm saying? When we are shunned in places where we're feeling low and we're trying to go get our souls fed, we faced or met with some bullshit. How can we, rejuvenate ourselves? So, that's what that is about. And then coupled, like what I said, them preaching that narrative, and then that's that the parents are feeding into that. So then they pushing that to the children. And then, like, even if you look at Black people when we are kids and a little boy may pick up a doll, baby, and play with a doll. I know I experienced that when I was young. I picked up a doll and wanted to play with it. And the way that the reaction from all of the grown-ups, was like that was so wrong that I wanted to play with a doll. But at the end of the day, it was a toy, and I wanted to just play with a toy. And so society conditions this whole thing about gender and gender norms and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And at the end of the day, you should just let people be and let people live and enjoy life, and whatever floats your boat, float it. And don't yuck my yum. If I like sleeping with trannies, I like sleeping with trannies, but I'm still a good person. I still have my values and my morals. What does who I sleep with in bed have to do with the type of person that I am? It has absolutely nothing to do.
That's true.
So
I agree.
When we get to that place where we can mind our own damn business and stay in our own lane, then it's gonna be a better place. Our folks are still judging us and killing Black trans women because they love us, and these people who think that we put ourselves in these situations, that it's not hot.
Not hot at all.
Not at all.
So moving the dialogue along. Virginia Pride has canceled this year's Pride event, which is going to be a mess, child, because Pride be cute. We be looking forward. Nations gets out there and we do our testing, and I love to be out in community. But I understand that they're trying to make sure that people are safe during COVID-19. Um, the Stonewall Uprising March. Dallas and I were there. Dallas, tell folks a little bit about the Stonewall Uprising March.
Well, it was a great opportunity last weekend just to be able to first come together. It's so important that our community stays connected, and we're going to only get this accomplished together. You know, it's not every man for itself. We have to come together and we have to support one another in order to allow the change to take place, because it all starts with each of us. So we all have to come together to do it. But last week, there were some great speakers there that were at the march together. Nations was there in the building, of course. So big shout out to Nations that was offering a testing. So it was a great opportunity for all of us just to be able to go to the police training academy, because that's where a lot of training has already taken place. Zakia has trained, with the police department and how to address trans individuals and our brothers and sisters. So it's just important to remind them that we're a community. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We would like the same respect. We don't want to be killed. We don't want to be mistreated. And just please make sure that we're also safe from the people that are doing this, because there's so many trans murders again going on. And some of them may be relationship related, but some of them may be, if you're out trying to live in survival sex in this pandemic, and you could get killed on the street and you don't know who could drive by and kill you. And is that person going to be held to justice for the killings? So it's complicated, and there's a lot of factors and stuff that's going on. So I think it's important that we demand that respect from the police, and that we let them know that we're human. We deserve to be respected. And so we marched there, especially Stonewall was led by trans, marching, and back in Stonewall. So it was just a great time. We can't have pride, but we still got together and we were able to let the message be heard. So it was a great time.
And a lot of people think that Stonewall was an uprising like for LGBTQ equality, but really Stonewall was an uprising because police officers in New York were harassing gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender people and coming into a particular club called Stonewall. And so it was Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson who kind of stripped the building. And so, 51 years ago, Black trans women were at the forefront for standing up against the police. And so I implore those who are watching to educate your friends and encourage them to amplify when there are trans lives that are lost, and rally with us and stand with us and, push for justice for us the same way that you are pushing for justice for Black men who perpetuate violence against us. Okay? And then girls, moving into our, a segue in for my trans sisters, pack you some heat. If you don't have a gun and you are in your state and able to carry a firearm, then you need to get one, because shit is crazy and we must protect ourselves. And sometimes I also think that when these women are in these situations, they may not have firearms or something to protect themselves. So if you are able to carry a firearm, a firearm, I'm gonna tell you, like my cousin told me, you cannot take no taser to a gunfight. So
you gotta have something.
Right.
You gotta have a drink in the other hand. You right, and a drink in the other hand. You splash them first, then you tase them. If you ain't got no gun breathe, you make sure you get you a drink, baby. So that way you
This
can
the
splash
Al Green 2.0.
Zakia, you know what I had said? No, you with my hold on, honey. Let me see. You know what I had said? You said, look, boy, I ain't got time for you. I'm just put on this lipstick, and guess what this is? You think it's lipstick? This shit from goddamn Mace. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm a Mason, stop him. I'm a Mason, stop him, and then I'm gonna brace him.
And see,
I ain't got time for
And then
that.
they go
Some
shoot you.
people, some people, huh?
and while you doing all of that, I'm gonna be like that.
We bang,
Yeah,
bang, bang. Happy 4th of July.
Bang,
Bang, bang,
bang,
bang.
bang, bang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a component for firearms. You know, I have 3 girls, and people always ask me, how the hell could you have 3 kids and you have firearms? And one thing about it, we've never had an issue with our kids, but I'm trained to go. And one thing my husband has always told me, shoot, ask questions later.
Mhm.
I ain't playing with you.
That's true.
I'm laying
That's
you
true.
down.
I agree. I just think if you do arm, if they're going to go out and you're going to arm yourself, make sure you do it the proper way.
Yes.
Make sure you're legal. You get the gun legal. Make sure all that paperwork is in order so that when you are forced, which we pray you're not, when you're
Right.
forced to use it, you are legally allowed to use and do what you had to do in self-defense.
Yeah.
We've had 2 issues here in Richmond that were
Mhm.
along the lines of open carry and when you can
Good.
pull your gun, when you can't pull your gun. And I think that
Mhm.
people need to understand, just because you have a gun, you need to know what you can and what
Yes.
you can't do.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, there's firearm
Yep.
safety courses.
Yep.
There's courses that can help you to get a permit.
Right.
There's also safety classes. So
Mhm.
it's just important to take those avenues. There's gun ranges here in Richmond that you can go to practice shooting. Because if you ever get in the where you have to use it, you should be using it as you're fighting for your life type of opportunity. Because
It's a scary thing, girl, because I just got mine. And so I have a membership for the gun range. I've been going, and I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? But every time that I go to use it at the gun range, I am shaking like hell, scared as hell.
As bad as I am, me too, sister.
So look, if I have to pull it on somebody, oh my God, please don't make me use this on you, because it's already something. You know what I'm saying? It's already like an intense feeling as is. And that's as shooting at a target that's not even alive. So I hope that I only have to use her in an effort to really protect myself, because
Right.
I
wouldn't
feel
want
you on that
Gigi.
one, Zakia.
Yeah, because Gigi, I've never shot Gigi before. Gigi, I've had her for 10 years. Gigi is clean as a whistle, but I got hollows for that asshole. Don't nobody want to fuck with me on the streets. I'm telling you. I'm
Well, I got to be honest. I've had Timberland now for 3 years. And the one thing they always told us is don't pull it unless you're going to use it. Okay, so that's the only thing I would say. Try and deal with as much as you can, but if you have to pull it, use it.
You bet. Yeah, you got that right.
That's right.
yeah, so word to the trade out there in case any of the trade is listening, because they didn't pull guns on me before. So if any of the trade out there is listening, don't pull it and that's for you. Okay.
Well, Dallas, if you shared the live from your page, the trade is lit.
Word. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, well, thank y'all for tuning in. Also, thank you for the cash apps. If y'all still tuned in, thank you.
So, we're gonna transition on into our last segment of the show, and this is one that we love. It's our work bitch section of the show. Work bitch.
Word.
Yes, the fireworks are going, honey. I hear them. They're amplifying, honey.
I know what those fireworks are for.
Yes.
They are for that arrest warrant. Woo! The arrest warrant. I want to say work bitch to Iran. Iran said, I got a arrest warrant for that orange motherfucker at 1600 Black Lives Matter Boulevard. And we are asking the UN to give us some help. The UN said, We not gonna go pick him up. You know what Iran said? Iran said, well, motherfuckers, we see you November. We coming to get him. Work, bitch. And I will be there, Takashi 6ix9ine. I will be the snitch of the year. I will sail that orange motherfucker up the river. He could go. He could follow the yellow brick the fuck road to get his ass.
I wanna send out a work bitch to my good sister from Richmond, Virginia, Miss Tori Cooper. She is with a blog with Naomi Campbell, and Naomi has a podcast that she does on YouTube. And that particular episode was Black Lives Matter. So Tori was on there with India Moore from Pose, and they had an intimate conversation with Naomi Campbell, and I thought that was amazing. So work,
Good.
Work it.
Oh, and
even you have to give her a work, bitch. You can't be up on here and not working, bitch. Go ahead, Bree.
Well, I want to give a work bitch to the girls in the Transcend program because our graduation is next Saturday. And I just wanted to let other trans women know this is a group, is sisterhood. It's very enlightening. You learn more about yourself and more about who we are as individuals. And at first I was kind of skeptical because I don't use a lot of girls, so I was just like, I don't feel for the shade and stuff. But the more the weeks went on, the more I learned different things to help me, like in this pandemic and things. So I think that getting in contact with Zakia or Takira or Destiny or even me asking about the group is very, very good, and it has incentives. Some girls, they probably come for the incentives or whatever the case may be, but some girls do come to get something out of it, and it's very, very helpful with what's going on today. And I'm really proud of myself because I actually stuck to something and I finished it, and I'm thinking about being a facilitator for the Transcend group. And I love all my sisters that were in there, and I just learned a lot about different things and different people and stuff like that. So I just want to give a work bitch to the Transcend group. Work bitch, because we did it, and our graduation is Saturday, and I'm very, very excited to be coming up to the Nations Foundation and to actually, because we've been on lockdown for so long, you know what I'm saying? We're going to actually get to see each other face to face instead of a Zoom. So I'm just happy for that. I'm just happy to see all the girls next Saturday.
Yeah, the Transcend program is really, really amazing. And if you are in the Virginia area and you are trans, not only a trans woman, trans man, gender nonconforming, the program is available to any of you who identify under the transgender umbrella. There are a lot of courses related to financial literacy, job readiness, the sister program, Queer Healthy Love, healing and mindfulness workshops, community conversations, poetry reading. It's really empowering, informative, and transcending. That's why it's called the Transcend. So thank you, Brianna. I have really enjoyed your input through the group and watching you grow and watching all the participants grow. And I'm excited that we're moving into cycle 2 and that we'll have new girls coming in. Those of you who can't make it in person, we are streaming the graduation live on next Saturday. So you'll be able to see it and hear some of the women talk about their experience in the group and see them go through that graduation process. So I'm excited about that. And that program is funded by Gilead Sciences and the Virginia Department of Health. And so pretty groundbreaking and monumental. Yes. Um, so Dallas, you had a work bitch from Google. Google work bitch. Google.
Yeah. So shout out to Google for making their Google Doodle is what it's called when you go to Google search, and it's Marsha P. Johnson. So they did a little doodle for, and I want to appreciate that for the trans community. I thought that was big of Google to do that and show that solidarity. Also, shout out to Kings in Conversation, work bitch to them. It's a host, 3 men, they do a show, but it's Kings in Conversation if you're looking for it. Kings with a Z, Conversation with a K. And they were giving away a free lunch. And so you drop your Cash App, they gave a free lunch. So everybody check them out, check out the show. It's 3 men, Kings in Conversation, having a conversation with Damani Hall Dickerson. So it was a great show. So you guys check it out too. So work bitch to them as well.
Work
Work
it.
bitch.
Word.
Oh, I have one more work bitch.
Go ahead.
I want to give a work bitch to me because I will be turning 41 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Excited. Y'all just do not know.
Happy birthday.
So much, y'all. And I am just ready for tomorrow to come. God has blessed me with so many things. That's why I stay humble. You know what I'm saying? I don't treat people like shit. I might be a bitch sometimes, but I don't treat people like shit because I believe what goes around comes around. And I'm just glad that God has blessed me. Well, is going to bless me with 41 years because it's not a lot of people in the LGBT community that came out when I came out that are still there. And I'm just glad I'm one of the ones that's blessed. So I'm just so happy tomorrow is my birthday, y'all. I'm so happy.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So I also we had talked about this young lady in the past on one of our previous shows. And I wanted to give her a work bitch again, honey, because Miss Michelle Levine has really, really been cutting the food with the driveway drag shows, bitch. And like she has raised the price, baby. Yes, raise the price. Trickle it up. Bang, bang. And
What's the price now?
oh, it's $75 a driveway.
Wow.
$75 a driveway. When she was doing that $40 a driveway, she had 110 driveways lined up.
Wow.
You do the math. 110 at $40. So yes, it was to go up on the price because that was a lot of work that they were putting into getting, setting up the stage in the driveway, the backdrop and setting, and then doing the numbers and all that kind of stuff. Work bitch to Michelle Levine, and she even expanded her cast, y'all. She was expanding her cast and added Alvion Arnell Davenport.
Duval, word.
That's
That's
nice.
beautiful.
Work, bitch.
Work it.
Yes.
Duval.
Well, I think our time has come for us to say goodbye.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Diva Den friends.
Yes.
Theme song for the end. Theme song.
Would you like to start us off with a final word, Brianna, for our viewers?
Oh, my final words for everybody is love yourself, love thy neighbor, just love.
Stephen?
I would just say
2 minutes.
Okay. Real quick then. Aim to inspire.
I like that about you.
Is it my turn?
That was it for real?
You said 2 minutes. I was cutting it. 2 minutes. No, I would just say always remain positive and remember, be a blessing to someone else because someone else has always been a blessing to you.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. ZBT.
Yes, I want to say ditto to Brianna. and to
Yes.
my newfound friend in Northern States Nations. And also, don't get caught with over an ounce, people. Y'all can do under an ounce. Smoke it before you pull off. Smoke it before you pull off. But y'all can do it under an ounce. You gonna make it home. You ain't gonna lose your job. They ain't gonna ask you to piss. We good. We good in
Oh
these
God.
streets. And love everybody. And love one another.
Amen. Yes.
Dallas.
Just thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you again for the cash apps. I'm just thankful to be here, and I think it's important that we come together. So just thank everyone out there for having the outlets that are having the online shows. Chevelle, Boom Boom, Brooks. If anyone's out there, come on the show, want to come on the show. Tasha Long is having the show. Sasha Sanchez. So many different. Trinity K. Bonet has a show. Diva Den on Sunday. So, we just have to use this outlet. Come together.
Michael Pierce.
Michael Pierce also was one that I started out. So I just didn't want to go over my time because I just keep feel like I'm just.
Because you know she timing you. You know she timing you.
Well, I want to thank all of my guests for coming on the show tonight and giving us that input and feedback and sharing a little bit about their lives. Of course, it's always fabulous to be in the den with my co-hosts. We love to chop it up and kick it up.
Yes, yes.
I want to leave you all with this thought that we are coming among a time when voting is really, really important. And in the past election, there were a lot of people who were disillusioned by some of the candidates and the things that they promised and said that they would do. And as you see, that candidate has not been a great leader of our country and has led us into many, many pitfalls that we are now in troubling times. So the one thing that our ancestors did was that they rallied and they rioted and they did what they had to do so that we would have the right to vote. So I am asking you to honor the shoulders of the people that we stand on, those Black lives who mattered in our history. And I'm asking you to go out and vote because it's
That's
important.
right.
And if you don't vote, then no telling where we will be in 4 more years with this man.
You're right about that.
The rates of the coronavirus is raising. He is not planning properly. He is not thinking about us as a people. He does not have the leadership quality and capability and charisma that our former president, Barack Obama, had. And it is time for a change. So if nothing else, we get up, we go to the club, we do it, we put in this effort to do these virtual shows. Please make sure that you are registered to vote and exercise your right to vote. And remember to wrap it up and keep it safe. And you can always call Nations if you need testing, information,
right.
sources, or referrals.
And fresh food. And fresh food. Fresh food.
And if you want to volunteer.
Yes, and if you want to volunteer, and I love you too, Shiley, my sister from Chicago. She is the current reigning Miss North America Plus Supreme. Excuse me.
Right.
She got that
Yes.
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 And we might have to have her on the show next week.
Yes.
Y'all look free because we're gonna have Delicate Danica Room on the show next Saturday. Is the first trans woman ever been elected to the General Assembly. And maybe I can talk to Cheyenne and have her come on the show and talk about her new business, Pound Your Cakes, honey.
Yes, cakes. I'm going to have to order me a cake first so I can be ready.
Yeah. Yes, Pound Your Cakes, honey.
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you do. So we're going to go. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much. Hang out in the green room for me, okay? I love y'all and have a great night.
All right.